There's a question most women never say out loud. If I stop being useful, will I still be loved? If that hits something in you, then this video is for you. When was the last time you felt like yourself? Not someone's support system, not the responsible one, not the caring one, just you. When someone asks how you are, you say, "I'm good." And you are. Technically, nothing's wrong. You're not falling apart. But somewhere underneath that, you don't feel much of anything. Not sad, not happy, just empty. The worst part is you don't even feel like you're allowed to say that because you have people who love you and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So, what is there to even complain about? And on top of that emptiness, there is something else sitting right on top of it. This low, constant, humming stress that never fully goes away. Not the dramatic kind, not a crisis, just this persistent weight that follows you from the moment you wake up to the moment you finally stop moving. You open your eyes in the morning, and before you've even said good morning to yourself, your mind is already running. What needs to get done today? Who needs what? What you forgot yesterday? What you can't forget tomorrow? The list doesn't end, it just reshuffles. And here's what nobody tells you. That kind of stress is exhausting in a completely different way than physical tiredness. You can sleep 8 hours and still wake up tired from it because it's not your body that's depleted. It's something deeper. Somewhere along the way, you learned rules that nobody ever said out loud. Like, be the one who holds it together, but don't make anyone uncomfortable. Have standards, but don't be high maintenance. Speak up, but don't start conflict. Want more, but don't ask for too much. And nobody really forced you. You just learned that being easy to love meant being easy to need. So you got good at reading the room, anticipating what people need before they ask, adjusting yourself so nobody ever has to say anything. And it works. People do like you, they trust you, they rely on you. But slowly, you've begun to stop asking for what you want. You've just gotten really used to being the steady one. Let's talk about why modern women specifically are so stressed. Because it's not just one thing. It's everything stacking. You are living in an era that has handed women more freedom than any generation before. More opportunity, more visibility, more voice. And that is genuinely worth celebrating. But freedom without support is just a longer to-do list with better PR. Because the world expanded what women are expected to do without fully contracting what they were already doing. You are expected to have a career, not just a job, a career, one with ambition and trajectory and goals. You are expected to be present and emotionally available at home. You are expected to maintain friendships, keep up with family obligations, plan the holidays, remember the birthdays, coordinate the schedules, manage the household logistics, and somehow also take care of your own health, your own body, your own mind. And if you do all of that, people say, "She's amazing, she does it all." Like it's a compliment. Like doing it all is a personality trait instead of a symptom. Because here is what that actually sounds like from the inside. It sounds like waking up already behind. It sounds like answering work emails from the carpool line. It sounds like going to bed reviewing everything you didn't finish and pre-stressing about tomorrow. It sounds like saying yes when you want to say no because the cost of the no feels higher than the cost of the yes. It sounds like apologizing for having needs. And beneath all of that doing is the invisible work. The mental load, the invisible spreadsheet running in your head at all times that tracks everything for everyone. Not just doing the tasks, but knowing which tasks exist. Noticing the appointment that needs to be made. Remembering that someone is going through something hard and needs a check-in. Holding the emotional temperature of every room you walk into. That mental load is real, it is significant, and it is rarely acknowledged as the labor that it is. You have been over-adapting. It's not about success or gratitude. You have been slowly erasing parts of yourself so that you can be easier to love, so no one ever has to question keeping you. You become whoever the moment needs. The calm one, the caring one, the supportive one, and you do it well. You do it really well, so well that eventually you don't know who you are when nobody needs you. And underneath all of that is a fear. If I stop being useful, will I still be loved? That question, whether you ever said it out loud, shapes how you show up in every relationship. This is pretty interesting. We recently talked about why so many men feel empty too, and on the surface, it looked completely different. Men lose themselves in achievement, in stoicism, in being the provider. Women lose themselves in being needed, in being easy, in making sure everyone's okay. Different path, same disappearing act, same root fear. Am I enough if I'm not useful? And the stress isn't only coming from what you do. Some of it is coming from what you never let yourself feel. Women are extraordinarily good at carrying emotion, other people's emotions especially, but not always great at setting it down. You take in the anxiety of the people around you. You absorb the tension in the room. You smooth things over so someone else doesn't have to feel uncomfortable. And you do all of this so naturally, so quickly, that you don't even realize you're doing it, but it accumulates. Emotion that gets processed for others and never released in yourself becomes a kind of quiet pressure. It doesn't explode, it just quietly wears you thin. And then you're told to fix it with self-care. Take a bath, light a candle, and look, those things are not bad, but self-care assumes you have a self left to care for. And if your entire identity is built around being needed, the bath isn't gonna fix it. The candles don't fix it either. The problem isn't really stress, it's disappearing. So, if you stopped overfunctioning tomorrow, what would actually happen? Would everything fall apart, or would other people finally step up? Sometimes the exhaustion isn't from life being hard. It's from carrying more than your share because you're afraid of what it would mean if you didn't. When you don't know who you are outside of your role, you reach for things that make you feel needed, like perfectionism, people-pleasing, endless productivity, scrolling until you're too tired to think. And that makes you feel busy, valued, in control, but it doesn't give you an identity. Who are you when you are not performing? Now, here is something I want to say directly, and I want you to actually hear it. What you do is extraordinary. Not in the way people say it casually, not in the wow, she juggles so much kind of way, but genuinely, deeply extraordinary. The care you extend to others, the way you hold space for people, the invisible labor you perform day after day without recognition, the emotional intelligence it takes to navigate the complexity of your life. That is not small. That is not nothing. That is a kind of strength that most people don't even have the language to fully appreciate, including sometimes you. You should feel proud. Not proud in a way that requires anyone else to notice. Proud in your own bones. Proud of the fact that you kept going on the days it was hard. Proud that you showed up for the people you love. Proud that you are someone people trust and rely on, even when the weight of that got heavy. Proud that through all of the disappearing and adapting and adjusting, there is still a part of you that knows something is off, and that part of you showed up today to hear this. That awareness, that refusal to fully go numb, that is not weakness. That is the bravest thing. But pride in what you carry doesn't mean you have to keep carrying it alone. And this is where I want to be honest with you. If what you're feeling goes beyond tired, if it lives in your chest, if it's been there longer than you can remember, if you've started to feel like you've lost yourself so completely you wouldn't know where to start looking, that is not something you are supposed to solve by yourself on a Sunday afternoon. Please seek help. Not because something is wrong with you, because you deserve the same quality of care and attention you have been giving everyone else your entire life. Therapy, a trusted person in your life, a community, a professional, whatever access looks like for you, take it. You would not tell someone you love to just push through it alone. Do not tell yourself that either. The way back probably isn't a new routine or a habit tracker or a morning ritual. It's probably smaller than that. It's one honest moment. What do I actually want right now? Not what keeps the peace, not what makes me look good, not what's expected, but what's true. Start there. Practice saying no without explaining yourself. Let someone be disappointed and don't spiral about it. Let someone solve their own problem and notice that the world doesn't end. Build something that belongs to just you. Not your role, not your responsibilities, but something that would still matter even if nobody applauded it. There is a part of you that refuses to disappear. You've just been pouring out for so long that you forgot to pour anything back into yourself. So that part of you has gotten hidden but not lost. You don't need to become someone brand new. You just need to be able to notice when you're disappearing again. and decide that this time, you're not going to pretend that you aren't. If this resonated with you, you might also want to watch our video on why modern men feel empty. The experience looks different, but the core feeling is often the same. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you soon.